B writers, aka sycophants.
I swear I saw
we're
what
sycophants.
Oh, sycophants.
Sycophants.
That's what she said. Bruh, Obi.
Sycophant. What is a sycophant about saying y'all can believe whatever you want and have an opinion? Like, I just don't care that much about this situation. A sycophant, you gotta look up that definition. Sycophants are like the people that praise Trump in meetings and say he's doing an amazing job and have to go around the room and kiss his ass. That's what a sycophant is. Not somebody that's like, yeah, I can see how he was wrong. Y'all be using words you don't know what they mean.
I bet.
What if Stevie created a separate account and named it Sandra and decided to join the stream just to be talking shit?
Somebody said no. I know Sandra personally. That's Sandra.
Oh my gosh, is she always this argumentative?
Oh, absolutely.
Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and share the video. You can support uncensored conversations via Cash App or buying your girl a coffee. Hey y'all, I just want to pop in here and have the conversation about those around Abba who are protecting him in his degeneracy. Let's start with the definition, because I know most of y'all haven't heard the word sycophant before, and I've been using it quite frequently, but I want to make sure I clarify what the definition is. So a sycophant isn't just someone who agrees with another person. It's someone who abandons consistency, honesty, or independent judgment in order to gain favor, access, protection, clout, money, or social acceptance. In this video, you guys are gonna see this exact behavior play out in real time. And unfortunately, I'm gonna have to use my mutual Watts as an example. Watts and I have been mutuals for quite some time now. Both our channels were relatively small when we did our first collab. And I've been, supporting from behind the scenes. However, when this situation came out, I was really looking for Watts to hold Abba accountable. I was looking for him to show the same amount of scrutiny that he shows of Fresh and Fit, the same amount of scrutiny that he shows all these other people. But for some reason, when it came time to hold Abba accountable for being a hypocrite, to hold him accountable for misleading by splicing together clips, giving no context, not proving his points, doxing. When it came time to hold Abba's feet to the fire for all the different things that he's done, crickets. Absolute crickets. Audiences, they rely on creators to be honest and consistent. And parasocial loyalty can distort commentary. If you're unwilling to have the honest conversation about specific people, how can we trust your commentary about anybody else? It's not like you really have those standards. It's not like you really have those virtues. It's not like you really have the integrity that you're demanding that other people have. Because when it comes to somebody that you like, all that goes out the window. The amount of research, the amount of looking into the situation, y'all will psychoanalyze every little thing Myron Gaines does. Y'all will psychoanalyze every little thing Walter Weeks does. But when it comes to Abba, I don't want to talk about this.
This whole situation is weird. Why do we know this? Bruh, I'm saying, y'all think I want to talk about this shit? I don't want to talk about this shit. This is for sure going to be the last time that I talk about this Abba drama. Like, I'm tired of it. Time out. She said, Watts, look at the title of your stream, bro. I've been talking about it. I'm sick of niggas made me talk about this shit on vacation, bro. Fuck do you want? I literally halted my vacation for a good 30 minutes.
Want you to change your title?
Yeah, what the fuck are you talking about? I've been talking about it. I don't want to, there's nothing else to talk about.
I don't know why you guys want me to talk about this. It shows a lack of consistency that viewers cannot trust. When creators become emotionally or financially attached to a figure, criticism disappears. Now, I will say this. I personally don't think that Watts is being paid by Abba to do this. I think this is more of a proximity thing. If I stay in Abba's good graces, maybe he might fly me out to Montreal and we do a collab. Maybe he might come on the channel. Maybe some of those 2 million subscribers can spill over into my channel and I can become a bigger content creator in this space. Maybe he'll give me a shout out. So let me not look too closely at this. Let me, run some interference and defense on his behalf, and maybe in the future, it'll pay off. This essentially creates propaganda-like behavior instead of analysis. Let's just take a step back and see the level of scrutiny that Watts has given in the past when it pertained to other people. Specifically, people ABBA didn't like.
Well. Seems like somebody's expecting. Walter might be a daddy. Look, all of this is alleged. I will say there is a recorded phone call that was posted on Twitter. We're going to go over that as well. But I don't know if this young lady is truly pregnant. And if she is pregnant, I don't know if it's Walter, okay? I'm just reporting on what's going on.
No need to wait to hear Walter's side of the story. Let's go ahead and report on it right away.
Girls that they are telling a lot of you that you should avoid, these are the same girls that they are smashing.
Calling out hypocrisy.
So you're meaning to tell me that you have four other women. She would be 5 in total. So you are meaning to tell me you have 4 other women, 5 in total, that you are smashing without using a condom. Sir, that is the definition of dumb. You are indeed a fucking moron. Moron, you are stupid. Oh my gosh, you are stupid. If she is really pregnant with this man's baby, you are dumb.
Providing harsh criticism.
Walter, there's nothing that you can do. Sir, you are indeed cooked. You are cooked, and you need to take accountability. This is your fault. This is your fault.
Demanding that the person takes accountability.
I am never going to let this go, Walter. You are so stupid. There is no reason you should be giving advice on anything, on any topic at all. You need to leave fresh and fit, because I'm not taking it. I wouldn't want to take advice from you. Like, why? You got a 304 pregnant. Why? You got an opportunistic chick pregnant. I don't know if she is, but I know that's how he views women. So, like, why would I take advice from you?
Questioning someone's credibility based on the controversies they find themselves in.
Because these guys were dead before we showed up. Honestly, you guys can see, if you look at their social blade stats, they were getting like maybe 10K. They have like 1.3 million. These guys were dead in the water until we started making fun of them and we got into people with them.
In 2021, that's not true. He said go to their social blade. Okay, let's go to their social blade.
Cross-examining the claims that others make.
He lives rent-free in ABBA and Preach's head, but at the same time, here he is making a video about them for literally no other reason. But hey, say, brother, I'm not gonna complain, because at the end of the day, you getting me paid. So appreciate you, dog.
The desire to monetize off of other people's conflicts.
Keep in mind, that is something that Myron did not mention. He strategically did not mention that she signed a contract.
Pointing out when others lie by omission.
First off, let's just say ABBA is Pat T for doing this. He doesn't care. Oh, he does not care about getting to the bottom of anything. He just wants to kick this man while he's down. And honestly, do I blame him? No.
Supporting opportunism that exploits someone else's downfall for personal gain.
He was on camera with her. He brought her on the show. He tried to kiss her on camera and she turned her head away. So that was just a blatant lie.
Calling out blatant lies.
What the fuck is Destiny talking about? Why is he defending Fresh so fucking hard? I've been seeing him in clips of him trying his best to defend Fresh, and I feel like he's letting his biases come into his thought process and his opinion of of what's actually in front of his fucking face.
Calling out biases when it clouds someone's judgment.
Okay, first of all, the framing of the question was wild. Second of all, I also would have asked, is this something that you would normally let a guy do that you've just been recently dating?
Asking important questions to gain a deeper understanding.
If she has the baby and it is indeed Fresh's and she decides to name the baby ABBA, I am dumbfounded. That is crazy. Oh my gosh. Yo, ABBA would be a legend. That is just all different types of debauchery. Like, he would be a fucking menace. Just imagine, you have to refer to your child as Abba, your arch enemy. Oh my gosh, that would be crazy.
That's gangster.
It is. Yo, I agree. Somebody said in the chat, that is 50 Cent level of trolling. He would win. He would win. I would make a like fucking 30-minute video about this, about like how impressive it was. Like, people would talk about this shit for years.
Wanting the controversy to never end.
If you are my business partner, you commit a murder, and I know you committed said murder, I am no longer going to defend you. You are on your own at that point.
Telling other people when to jump ship.
What does stepping in a gym have to do with anything? He's constantly doing this. What does stepping in a gym have to do with this situation? This has nothing to do with it.
Attacking straw man arguments.
More people would have respect for Myron if he said that, instead of just blindly supporting him and blindly supporting the lies, because obviously Fresh was in love with this chick.
Telling others not to support and stand behind bold-faced lies.
You motherfuckers weren't there when everyone in their mom came at us. You motherfuckers weren't there.
Stop with the pity party. Stop with the pity party. You are the reason why you got demonetized, dickhead.
And showing no sympathy for self-inflicted consequences. So you have a history of pointing out hypocrisy. You have a history of supporting women coming out and exposing how Myron is a piece of shit.
This will probably won't be the last of me, because we will be posting more videos.
Oh, yeah. Hey, let me tell you something. You milk this cow, all right? You benefit off of this as much as you can. I'm all for it.
You have a history of cheering on all of this. But now, as soon as it's ABBA, now this is how we respond to the controversy.
Truth be told, guys, I wasn't even going to talk about this situation. I wish everybody would have held off. I know it's breaking news, and I get it, but I wish everybody would have held off, only because we haven't heard ABBA's side yet. No one has to be perfect in order to make criticisms of other people or situations. This situation really isn't as big as you guys are trying to make it at this point. You should not be in these people's personal business like this at all. And the fact that this got shared on the internet is crazy, because a lot of you want to see like ABBA's downfall, basically, because some of you may not like him. But bro, this really isn't that serious at all. Stevie jumped on it without even hearing ABBA's side. When you are critiquing somebody else's content, does that mean you yourself have to be perfect? I think next month, no one is going to be talking about this shit. I cannot judge ABBA for like moving crazy like this, because like once upon a time, I mean, don't get me wrong, I wasn't like busting in chicks raw, but once upon a time, I was doing like women dirty when I was in college.
Y'all aren't talking about the actual things that he did in retaliation.
What did he do?
Time
out. She said, Watts, look at the title of your stream, bro. I've been talking about it. I'm sick of niggas made me talk about this shit on vacation, bro. Fuck do you want? I literally halted my vacation for a good 30 minutes. Want you to change your title? Yeah, what the fuck are you talking about? I've been talking about it. I don't want to, there's nothing else to talk about. This is for sure going to be the last time that I talk about this ABBA drama. Like, I'm tired of it. Entire situation is just like it's like toxic relationship shit. It's none of my business. It's none of my business. It's none of our business at all. It is extremely toxic. That's it. Like, there's nothing insane that has been done here. What are you doing bringing a hooker around your mother? What are you doing constantly busting inside of her and thinking that nothing was going to happen? At least in ABBA's defense, a little bit in his defense, he genuinely did not think that he had a high sperm count to get someone pregnant. This whole situation is weird. Why do we know this? Bro, I'm saying, y'all think I want to talk about this shit? I don't want to talk about this shit. I could care less.
I don't know what's going on in Watts' mind, I can only speculate. But what it looks like is that aligning yourself with ABBA, no matter what, is for the purpose of maintaining access to that audience. Now, the sad part about it is Watts has deluded himself into thinking that getting permission from Preach makes him look more credible.
Some of you thinking that I'm here to defend ABBA and Preach no matter what. Let me just show you this little clip. Let me show you what Preach said here. Just please listen.
Uber. I like what he does. I don't want it. If Watts, you're watching, I don't want this to change the way that you see us. So if ever we do something that you don't like, don't suck up to us and just go ahead and just say what you got to say and we'll have a conversation. I don't want you to.
Preach literally said, hey man, if some shit pops off, you don't have to suck up to us. Like, you could talk about it and then we'll have a fucking conversation. So why would I feel the need to cape for these two when he gave me the green light? And don't get me wrong, that was always the mentality that I had in the first place. But I don't need to cape for anybody. If something is wrong, I'll call it out. And if something is stupid, I'm gonna say it's fucking stupid. I cannot judge ABBA for like moving crazy like this because like once upon a time, I mean, don't get me wrong, I wasn't like busting in chicks raw, but once upon a time, I was doing like women dirty when I was in college. ABBA bootlicker is crazy. What do you want me to say? What do you want me to say at this point? In the beginning of his second stream, he then released my sex messages. He released my mental health messages, which were very real for me. So he can paint this narrative of me being completely insane, but he lied so much on both streams and twisted half truths. Okay.
ABBA said some mean things to you, so you guys had a very toxic relationship. And honestly, I don't blame him.
So why would I feel the need to cape for these two when he gave me the green light?
Understand you are a grown-ass man in the commentary space. Why the hell would you need permission to criticize? Why would Preach feel the need to give you permission to criticize? Is it because he knows that you're not willing to do it? Why else would a grown man say, by the way, if you want to criticize us, you can and we'll have a conversation? If he knew that you were going to be non-biased, if he knew that you were going to hold them accountable regardless of any interaction that you had with him. If he knew those things, then he wouldn't feel the need to say what's already understood. Isn't that the saying? What's understood don't need to be said, but clearly it's not understood because Preach had to tell you, hey, if you want to criticize us, if you want to hold us accountable, if you want to do this, you have our permission. And you shared this on your stream like it was a W. You shared this on the screen as if this makes you look like you're actually being accountable with them. Sycophantic behavior often becomes visible when criticism appears. So as soon as this controversy came out, what did Watts run to go do? He ran to defend. He ran to minimize. And here's the thing, they attack the critics more harshly than they attack the actual behavior.
One content creator in particular decided to take a side when he knew nothing about the situation. And the content creator that we're going to be talking about today is Stevie Knight. Stevie basically jumped the gun before he had all of the information. He made a video and out of spite, he basically wanted to paint ABBA out to be this horrible person.
The gaslighting is crazy.
That's insane to say somebody is gaslighting when you don't even have all of the context about this particular situation. But you are the king of context, right? You took me out of context. You taking it out of context. But it's just so funny and so convenient that context doesn't matter in this situation, right? Because ABBA's your op. So you're not thinking about context at this point. It's the only reason why you jumped on this in the first place, because I know she sent this shit to you and your dumb ass took the bait. This is how you know Stevie is actually dumb, because he couldn't tell that there was something extremely fishy about this situation. To actually Flo, he's admitting that there's two sides to every story, and ABBA did not give his side at this point. But he's not even acknowledging that. He is just taking what she has as fact. It's wild that you can read these text messages, Stevie, but you cannot tell that they're disjointed. Everybody, damn near everybody in my chat, they were reading these text messages and they were like, something is off about this. You're talking about morals and integrity, and you doing this though? Okay. I just find it insane that he was this confident. He let his disdain for ABBA cloud his judgment, basically. I feel like when we first covered this, like most of our criticism was towards Stevie because of how he was handling this situation. Because the four of us pretty much felt like similarly that this entire situation seemed like toxic, bad breakup type shit, right? And Stevie jumped on it without even hearing ABBA's side.
Honestly, we see this with a couple different people. What are they rushing to talk about? Oh, don't have unprotected sex. Oh, the women are whores. Oh, this, oh, that. Even though that is not what the real argument is.
At the end of the day, it should be a private matter for real. That's just how I view it.
I agree.
I mean, it should have been, but the women are the ones who brought this shit out. So now it's not a private matter anymore.
It's a big nothing burger. A lot of you want to make the comparison of ABBA and Fresh with Daisy, ABBA with Libby, and all these girls, right? There's no comparison. There's no comparison at all, because Fresh presents himself as an alpha male that knows everything and anything about women, right? So if you know everything and anything about women, what the fuck are you doing bringing an escort around your mother?
My thing is, ABBA was just never selling courses.
People looked at ABBA as some pinnacle of
they did.
of like,
yes.
I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I think ABBA, just like everybody else, is a regular dude that has a huge platform.
Hey, Jay, you better not go down.
Things from his, principle stance. I didn't think everybody looked at him as some god of righteousness where he could, do no wrong. Yeah, he was he was out here being a toxic rich dude that could fly girls on. I mean, it is what it is. I don't know what hate. All of this just seems like a nothing burger. It seems like a bunch of toxic shit that shouldn't have made the internet anyway.
Entire situation is just like bad. It's like toxic relationship shit. It's none of my business. It's none of my business. It's none of our business at all. It is extremely toxic. That's it. Like there's nothing insane that has been done here. The video that Libby posted with the other two chicks, she basically really did remove agency from themselves. Well, let me not say that totally, because she did at one point say, well, it is our fault too. But the other girls were like, well, he's been, just busting raw inside of our sugar walls. And I'm like, bruh, y'all are all consenting adults. If you do not want to have sex without a condom, you should have said so. But you made that conscious decision as an adult. You made that decision. Like, I don't feel bad for you. Sandra, if we don't have the same opinions about this,
where we disagree.
If we disagree, then our views are just like soft. But I'm sorry, like I can't change how I feel about things. Like if I think this is a nothing burger, then it's a fucking nothing burger. Like this is toxic. This is like toxic relationship bullshit.
There are probably some people out here that give a damn about what ABBA does with his penis and how, he's a shitty boyfriend. But at the crux of this whole entire thing is a framework of manipulation. It's a framework of lying by omission or just flat out lying. And also hypocrisy. And this was the funniest part. Y'all want to grift so hard that you're willing to completely redefine hypocrisy just to try to make ABBA not fit the definition.
Are we still talking about hypocrisy?
People in the
there
chat
were comments mad that we didn't call him a hypocrite when I literally explained my view on all of that.
A lot of people don't know what hypocrisy means. Doing something, if you tell somebody don't do something and you do it, that don't make you a hypocrite. It's the moral condemnation. And they keep trying to act like ABBA was saying Fresh was like he's a hypocrite because he got a girl pregnant and made fun of Fresh for getting a girl pregnant. That's not the hypocrisy. Fresh is out here telling people you're stupid, you're a simp, if you get these hoes pregnant and all that shit. And then he tells her to get an abortion after irresponsibly busting her. He gets these girls pregnant and says, I'm gonna be the father. I'm like, people use hypocrisy so wrong. It's annoying because they can't point out where he morally condemned somebody and then engaged in that behavior, like full stop. He said he don't feel sorry for people that busting girls and get them pregnant. He did it and was like, I got to take responsibility for what I did. That's not hypocrisy. You're not.
They just give you a pill and it's over. No, but that's what I'm saying. The pill, they just give it to you from a doctor and then you're good.
Okay. This is just for everyone watching at home. Abortion shouldn't be something you guys take lightly, okay? Abortion should not be some form of birth control that you guys heavily rely on. All right? A lot of you guys are just busting inside of people, no birth control, they're not on birth control, don't care. And then when shit hit the fan, you're just looking at the ladies like, yo, take a pill. Go to the clinic. Like, that's an incredibly physically traumatic thing for a lot of women to experience. It fucks up their hormone balance for an extended period of time, it has physical ramifications, and it messes with their psyche. If you've never had your hormones completely out of whack, you may never be able to understand. But just casually saying, yo, just take a pill, do this, just get rid of it. You guys are asking a lot. Y'all are so goddamn irresponsible about it. I don't even care if you guys get caught up having to pay child support. The doctor kind of told me like, hey, listen, your sperm count's mad low. I don't think you have kids. I thought I was shooting blanks, you know? And we was getting it on, and it turns out I wasn't shooting blanks.
He said he don't feel sorry for people that busting girls and get them pregnant. He did it and was like, I got to take responsibility.
And I was the only one out of the two of us who wanted to keep the child while we were in a relationship.
But why don't you want anything to do with the baby?
Because you're the mother. I'm not going to sit here and say she was more wrong or I was less wrong, okay? That is always going to be subjective or whatever. But at the end of the day, if two people have an argument and both do something wrong, saying you were more wrong for this and you were more, it seems pointless. Like trying to tally up these things, it just feels like everything you say afterwards is bullshit because you're always positioning yourself as the person who's aggrieved and the other one's the aggressor and they need to like really be, you know, apologizing. I know she is the worst party of us too. I don't care.
Like, that's an incredibly physically traumatic thing for a lot of women to experience. It fucks up their hormone balance for an extended period of time, it has physical ramifications, and it messes with their psyche. If you've never had your hormones completely out of whack, you may never be able to understand. But just casually saying, yo, just take a pill, do this, just get rid of it. You guys are asking a lot.
And I was thinking the new merch that we're gonna have is condoms. You're killing it, baby. You're killing it, baby, by Iba and Preach. King Preach the Petty, brought to you by.
Hey, listen, you gotta laugh at it. Hey, you know, folks, you gotta take them L's.
And there's gonna be another size.
Okay, all right.
Of the same condoms that we're gonna sell soon. We're working on that, and it is wrap it up, son. Wrap it up, son. The reference is that this drama is too long. So no, wrap it up, son. Don't leave it. I want you to remember to wrap it up, son. I'm gonna give you a pack. Wrap it up, son, because, you know, you need to wrap it up and also wrap it up, B. So those condoms.
You know, a lot of people tell me, yo, wrap it up. And, you know, I'm just looking at some motherfuckers in the comments being like, I know damn well some of you niggas not wrapping it up.
It ain't about them. Fuck that. It ain't about them. It's about you. It's about you.
Like, people use hypocrisy so wrong. It's annoying because they can't point out where he morally condemned somebody and then engaged in that behavior, like, full stop.
But the crazy part about it is, even with the definition you present, it still applies, because he was wagging the finger at Walter for having unprotected sex so frivolously and just looking at abortion as no big deal. Even though you got on your high horse and you wagged the finger at Walter. How dare you, Walter? Fast forward, and here you are engaging in damn near the exact same behaviors. Let me just say this. Don't nobody want to hear this softball accountability and critique that y'all keep giving Abba. He just needs to wear a condom. And that's their form of holding him accountable. Sex Ed 101, wear a condom.
I said, dog, from now on, please be careful. You talked about people not using protection before, and you didn't in these instances. So as far as that goes, I can understand how people say that it's hypocritical. And again, like I told Abba to his face, like, bruh, you should not go in raw.
Never addressing the clips that he spliced out of context. Never addressing how he lied and said that he only went on 2 dates with Steph when really he's known her for years and in his mind got her pregnant.
So I went on a couple of dates with somebody and I didn't want to date them again. And this person, salty as fuck, decided to insert themselves in the whole situation when they saw it going viral. You know what I mean? Like, this is what I'm dealing with. I'm dealing with fucking crazies and weirdos who are a little bit jilted because I didn't want to get them. Move the fuck on. Like this whole.
You didn't want to what?
Because I didn't want to be. She wanted to see. I said no. I'm entitled to that.
I beg your pardon?
Because I didn't want to be. She wanted to see. I said no. And she's salty about it. And so now she want to get in on this and do her little 5 minutes. Well, Stephanie, let your name be out there in the public too, stupid.
You don't see how when you get, okay, you got me pregnant. You tell this girl you can't get people pregnant. How is that, like, truthful? That's not being truthful.
It's simple, because when I went to go see the doctor, that's what the doctor told me after you and I. It's a long period. You were the first incident that. After that, I had to make sure I was good and I was fine. And so I had healthy checkups and I had some health issues. So I went to the doctor, that's what they told me.
Didn't say that, but just wanted to frame her as crazy, clout chasing. We went on 2 dates, that's it, and she's mad. Getting on Watts' stream, sending Watts voice notes about how he was not exclusive with Blue, even though we literally have another voice note that he sent directly to Blue saying, yes, we are exclusive. Yes, I'm not entertaining anyone else. We might not be in a relationship, but yes, we are exclusive. I'm only talking to you.
I am a little confused because it seemed like you and this third woman were on like relatively good terms. So what happened for her to want to talk to Libby in this fashion? Is this mainly because she felt like she was done wrong by you? Because it seems like, or she has the perception that you were still talking to Libby while you were still dealing with her. Like, why is she doing this, do you think?
I'm not entirely sure because we never spoke about it. But from what I gather, it sounds like because I was talking to other women while we were not exclusive, that's what made her upset.
Yeah, so basically what I said already.
I don't mind if, well, my thing is, yeah, we are exclusive and I'm not seeing other people. I'm not talking to anyone else and I don't want to. Like I said to you before, I generally am somebody who's kind of singular in that regards. So that's pretty normal to me. But saying I'm in a relationship feels a bit too soon.
So unfortunately with that, you've now aligned yourself with the lie. Watts is now the face of that lie because it was on his platform that Abba shared it originally and there was no pushback.
From what I gather, it sounds like because I was talking to other women while we were not exclusive, that's what made her upset.
Yeah, so basically what I said already.
That's the problem. You had this belief already in your mind because if we listen to the clip, you even said it. Is she just mad because da-da-da-da-da? And then Abba agrees with you. Yeah, I think da-da-da-da-da. And then after that, yeah, see, that's what I thought. No pushback whatsoever. Another example would be the medical records. As soon as this story popped off, y'all were just itching for those medical records. She needs to show us that she was pregnant. She needs to show us that she had an abortion. We demand the medical records.
Guys, if you haven't watched this video already, I'm gonna let you know that she never really confirms if she was really pregnant or not. That was another thing that I just felt iffy about. I was like, if you are, look, when people make these videos, man, I need you to show definitive proof. That's some advice that I should have given her. She should have definitive proof that she was indeed pregnant. And I do not mean like a random pregnancy test picture. I mean like actual blood work. Like I need to see like your HCG levels. I can't show you guys this. Because he did request that I don't show like his medical records, but I did see his medical records and his sperm count was low. Like that shit was bright red. I low key feel like as soon as he told me he didn't want me to share his medical record, I said, damn. I was so pissed off because I wanted, like, I saw that shit was low. Trust me, nigga, I don't know you. Like, you shouldn't trust me.
What's with the inconsistencies? It's sycophantic behavior, not addressing the hypocrisy, not addressing him lying on these women and cutting out context in order to make his story more compelling.
Talked about this before and he says stuff like this.
Weaponizing his audience to go attack the girl.
Yeah, you go hit her up. Go woof woof when you see her next time. Hold on. Woof woof in her chat.
Doxing.
Y'all see this?
The phone number.
I don't care. Fuck them and their fucking phone number. Libertine. She's a nurse out of California. I think she's from Orange, but she's been working at she worked at Permanente as a full-time nurse.
Sharing sex text messages.
Girl likes a dog collar on her neck and she likes to be walked around like a dog.
Where's the criticism for that? Watts was criticizing Libby for coming out in the first place. But when it's Angie, oh, you need to milk it.
However, if you post this, I think it's going to do more harm than good. I don't know if you are prepared for the onslaught that will be headed your way. For your piece, I would genuinely try to move on unless you're trying to get something else out of revealing this.
This will probably won't be the last of me because I probably will be posting more videos.
Oh
so
yeah, hey, let me tell you something. You milk this cow, all right? You benefit off of this as much as you can. I'm all for it.
Again, it depends on who it is. If your criticism or willingness to scrutinize only applies to certain people, then all of your criticism is just performative.
I'm just reporting on what's going on right now. Not saying that this is Walter's baby. There is obviously a possibility, apparently, but I'm not gonna say that this is his baby because we don't know. I wish everybody would have held off. I know it's breaking news and I get it, but I wish everybody would have held off only because we haven't heard Abba's side yet. First off, let's just say Abba is pet T for doing this. He doesn't care. Oh, he does not care about getting to the bottom of anything. He just wants to kick this man while he's down. And honestly, do I blame him? No. And Stevie is such a big piece of shit. Like he wants a one-up on Abba so bad that he watched this video and he was just taking everything that she said as fact, just so that he could say, yeah, see, Abba ain't what he perceives himself to be. See, this is y'all king. This is the king of receipts. Whatever.
It's tribalistic. It's not based on actually having some type of standard for yourself. And I'm gonna give you guys a perfect example that illustrates the same behavior, but somewhere else. Myron Gaines. This man got on here trying to defend Chud, talking about, why do you care about words? It's just words. Y'all just be chipping out over words. Even though this man gets in his feelings 0 to 100 over words immediately. And he's like, say it to my face. Say it to my, y'all ain't gonna say it to my face. My guy, it's just words. It's just words. Why are you freaking out? But when it's Chud going up to black people and instigating fights with words, now all of a sudden we don't understand what disrespect is. Now all of a sudden we just have no idea. Why are you just acting deaf, dumb, and blind? See, this is exactly how y'all are behaving, but with the Abba situation. He's clearly a hypocrite. It's already been proven time and time again that he likes to edit receipts in order to build a narrative. And in fact, I'll show a little montage. I'll put it together in a nice condensed clip of every single time that I've caught him misleading his audience by fabricating or falsifying evidence.
Over a minor argument on the final day that we were spending time after she's just traveled a good 9 hours to be here, over a minor argument, she packed her bags and she left.
Talked about this before, and he said stuff like this.
And he said stuff like this.
And we had talked about this before, and it was just like on top of the video games, on top of like me trying to just work with him and like be a good girlfriend and just hang out outside of the room so he can play his games. And then he says stuff like this.
About the text messages with that Daisy situation. He cropped the messages to look a certain way, but when you go to her channel, she shows everything. He's a predator. He's a woman hating predator, and he engages in psychological abuse. Abba didn't flirt with Daisy. I mean, I could be wrong. Chat, let me know if I'm wrong about that. But Abba didn't flirt with Daisy. Matter of fact, he said in the video that he showed the text messages that she was basically trying to flirt with him, and he thought it was weird. And he said in those text messages that this was weird.
Yeah, homegirl's trying to flirt with me. She's like, yo, I know you want me. And I'm like, huh? She's like, I know it. You want me. Now, please download Snapchat. I'm like, nah, I don't want no more apps. She's like, please do it for me. And she thought that shit was going to work. I was like, nah. It's like, so why are you talking to me then? I was like, listen, you just had an abortion. I just make sure you good. That's it. And you know, she tried to lay it on thick. And I'm like, listen, I'm like, lady, why are you being so aggressive? It's not like we out here sharing every detail about our lives. Like, why are you trying to say something? This is weird. Like, let me get this straight. You just date one YouTuber, okay? It goes horribly. You get pregnant by him after you accelerated the whole process insanely fast. Then you thinking about going through an abortion, which you do end up doing, and you lie about the timeline. And then with the person that was helping you to expose all these details, you trying to start some kind of illicit relationship. Huh?
So this is what we saw. And I know you want me. This is what we saw. What is this? Opened. So it's a video that deletes as soon as you open it. I wonder what he said to her in that video. Hope you're well and doing all right mentally and health-wise. Better than ever, except that I didn't hear from you. Now, why would she say, oh, well, I didn't hear from you, except I didn't hear from you? Why would she say that? Does that mean he's established a pattern of reaching out to her and checking in on her? But why did you text me at 3 a.m.? I think we all know why. Just finished my day, so wanted to check in. Even Abba acknowledges, over here, it means they're not serious and just want to sleep with you. But with you, it's different. I can tell. You text me at 3 a.m. because you think of me, which is good. And what does he respond with? Yes, yes. Would that tell you that he's not interested or not thinking about her or not flirting with her in any way, shape, or form? So this message is happening at 3 a.m. I want you to be good, but sounds like you're feeling well, so I'm happy. I literally was sleeping and woke up. He calls this fate. Tell me that's not some form of flirting. I'm pretty much recovered from the pill, so getting back to the gym. Hey, keeping it all snatched. Now he's making comments about her body. Now does it seem like her saying that is out of nowhere? But I'm flattered I showed up in your dream. What even happened there? Eyes. This is flirting. Yeah, that's fine. You asked me, so I answered. I'm not good at keeping my thoughts. That's okay. And then he doubles back. You never answered. He wants to know what was happening in that dream. This is flirting. And then now he wants to act shocked that she's saying this. So now that message does not seem so out of nowhere.
So here's Instagram, and you can see these posts for yourself. She got her in some tight dresses. You know what I mean? She want to do her gym progress stuff. What was crazy is that she was replying to every dude.
Wait, hold on. Now, even if we're looking at this receipt, that's a lie. I don't even see her replying to all of them. Hold the phone. Excuse me? She's replying to every guy? We have a heart here. Okay, we see some interaction, but let's see him scroll.
What was crazy is that she was replying to every dude.
Hold on. We saw some replies at the top. You look great. She didn't interact with that. Heart eyes. I don't see any interaction with that. Flaming emojis. Fire. I don't see any interaction with that. Some more heart eyes. There's no interaction with that. You lying sack of shit. Even if we look back 5 weeks, no heart, no reply. But y'all will act the same level of deaf, dumb, and blind that a Myron Gaines would act when it comes to ABBA. You know better than the same people y'all go over here and criticize. So when y'all are making all these think pieces about how Fresh and Fit are this, and they're hypocrites, and they're this, and they're that, then when people like myself hold ABBA accountable, oh my God, you guys are just making hit pieces. Well, I guess all y'all do is make hit pieces about Fresh and Fit. I guess all y'all do is clout chase off of Fresh and Fit. But somehow in y'all's mind, you're holding them accountable, but we're just making hit pieces. We're just angry. We're just haters. Y'all really do be throwing around the word hater way too loosely. It's like when y'all want to hold somebody accountable, then you're just being critical. But when they're holding somebody you like accountable, they're a hater. The word hater has no meaning. Overall, this type of sycophantic behavior, it destroys discourse. It encourages audiences to be tribalist, meaning they're not going to hold everybody to the same standard. It's skins versus shirts, left versus right. There's no actual nuance in the conversation, and there's no self-critique. It punishes honesty, because if you step out and you actually hold this man accountable, then now all of a sudden you're out of the cool crowd. Now it's you're one of the enemies. If you're not with us, you're against us. And it rewards blind loyalty. It makes you, and specifically talking about the commentators, it makes you unreliable. How the hell am I supposed to trust you for honest criticism when you're not willing to scrutinize everybody? If you're not willing to hold everybody to the same standard? And it essentially turns creators into PR agents rather than analysts, because that's all you're doing. You're running PR for ABBA. And you guys have been doing this. Most of y'all didn't even know Stevie Knight. He wasn't even on your radar. But once ABBA did not like that man, here y'all come with video after video after video after video after video attacking him for something that you yourself are not truly investigating. You yourself just took ABBA's word when he said, oh, he's a trash panda, he's a raccoon, and y'all just ran with it. Don't even mention the fact that y'all stole ABBA's jokes and just keep regurgitating them over and over again.
If you got a school lunch every time in the 3rd grade, you'd be able to read, speak, and think past a 4th grade level.
Stevie needs to be able to feed them kids. They will get those school lunches that Stevie never got.
It was like, you're clearly emotional still about being school lunch Stevie.
I could care less. Can we go back to the video?
I could care less. Desi said he could care less. Not because, you know, they have on makeup. That's totally fine. I could care less.
You know, the funniest thing about, you know, these so-called jokes and the way y'all been harassing this man is that as a Black American, okay, foundational gang, I know that a lot of Black Americans, specifically Black Americans from the South, they say that phrase, I could care less, and they mean I couldn't care less. That is just one of those phrases that have kind of developed over time. And I've heard my mom say this. I've heard, you know, aunties, uncles say this. I've heard so many different older Black Americans use that phrase. And it's part of the lexicon. So acting deaf, dumb, and blind to that and acting like it's just so funny that he's saying that. But wait a minute, is this you?
People that cheat, I don't give a fuck that Klay Thompson is a 4-time NBA champion. I could give a fuck. I could care less, okay?
I could care less.
So when Stevie says it, it's so funny, but you say the same thing. So why are you clowning this man for a phrase you yourself use? Mind you, this isn't like him trying to be funny about Stevie. He's talking about a completely different situation, and he literally means that he cannot care less about the situation, but he could care less. So overall, what makes this look sycophantic isn't simple support. It's the pattern of inconsistent standards, selective outrage, rationalization, and visible deference whenever this particular person is involved. Unfortunately, Watts, you gotta come to the front of the class and you gotta answer for some of this. I want you to address the core issue. We don't need a sex 101 class, okay? We don't need a stream about how you need to wear condoms. We don't want to hear about how, yes, he was irresponsible with his peen, because that is not the core of the issue. The core of the issue is hypocrisy. You chastised other men for behaving in the very same manner that you are currently behaving in. That's point number one. Also, I want you to address how he's been cutting and splicing receipts, taking them out of context in order to paint people to look a certain way. Showing DMs from Daisy to make it seem like she just started flirting with him out of nowhere, even though he was messaging her at 3 a.m., flirting with her about her dreams, saying that it's fate that she woke up and saw his messages, even acknowledging that contacting someone at 3 a.m. means you want to have sex. But oh my God, why would she say that? I have no idea. Why is it that he described Steph as 2 dates when really he's known her for years and previously, at least in his mind, got her pregnant? Why describe her as, we went on 2 dates and she just mad? Analyze him cutting the context out of Libby's story to make it seem like she was just mad over a conversation, rather than being upset that she was neglected for days and then had a conversation that they had already previously talked about was out of her comfort zone. Address that. Address the fact that when it was Walter, we need to take abortion seriously. We need to take pregnancy seriously. But now that it's Abba, let's make a big old joke about it. Make condoms called "You're Killing It, Baby." I don't want to hear no more BS about, oh, he should choose better. Oh, he needs to wear a condom. That is kitty gloves, little league. Ain't nobody trying to hear that bullshit. Address the real problems. Address the real claims. And maybe, just maybe, you might be able to rehabilitate your credibility. But I guess we'll see. But y'all, I am curious to hear you guys' thoughts down below. How do you feel about this whole video? Do you agree with me where it's like, yeah, Watts has really put himself in a box, and unfortunately his credibility is now up for question. He allowed Abba to come on his platform and spew lies that were easily refutable, gave no real pushback, and just accepted what he said as truth. And as a commentary channel who has a history of scrutinizing, looking at the fine print, looking at the details in order to find inconsistencies and hypocrisy and lies, now that it's Abba, you just forgot to do all that? You don't know how to do all that? It's very suspicious, and it's indicative of a sycophantic relationship with Abba's platform. Or do you disagree with me where it's like, no, the women are whores. No, they should have worn a condom. They're just mad because he nutted in them, and they just mad because he don't want a relationship with them, and they're just whores. Even though whether or not you believe that doesn't matter, because it doesn't change the fact of his behavior. Whether Whether or not you like these women, whether or not you think they're dumb as hell is irrelevant, because at the end of the day, they are not the ones with the 2 million subscribers. They are not the ones who can mislead their audience into attacking innocent people. They are not the ones misusing their power to make people look crazy. If anything, they have an uphill battle to prove their case, because everybody's already going to scrutinize them, because who the hell are you? Are you just looking for clout? Are you just looking for this? But when it comes to ABBA, he has a platform where he can realistically, and he's already done this, destroy people based off of lies. So deflecting to how the women are terrible, it's a nothing burger, as y'all love to say. Like I said, I am curious to hear you guys' thoughts down below. If you like the video, like the video. The more you interact with it, the more it gets pushed out into the algorithm. Also, hype the video if that's for you, okay? If it's for you, it's for you. If it's not, it's not. If you're feeling a little extra generous, the link is in the description to buy your girl a coffee. Thank you guys so much, and I will see y'all with the next one. Deuces. I just want to give a quick shout out to my first Faye ambassador. Shout out to Nefertiti. Thank you so much for supporting the channel. If you guys want to sign up for memberships or sign up to be an ambassador as well to receive a shout out, the link will be in the description down below.